get low when the whistle go.
Story time with me, myself, and I. Story number. Shut the fuck up. Story number 1. I had a gym teacher, and we were doing fitness testing this one day, and I was there. Like, she called me over. Like, we were doing it kid by kid, because we only had like 2 pull-up bars. So she called me up. I went over there. I stood next to her. Like, we have like 40-minute periods, and we did this like 10 minutes in, and I just stood there, and like she wasn't even looking at me for like the entire period. All right. So I stood there for a half hour, just standing there waiting to do my fitness testing, and she wasn't even looking at me the entire time. And then after this, she called me again. I was still next to her. I said, "I'm right here." And she said, "Where have you been?" And I said, "I was here the entire period." And she just looked at me, gave me a Luigi death stare, and said, "Don't talk back to me." And I was like, "What the blah 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 blah." And I didn't know what to do. You know, my friends were just there because like we were always talking in the corner, and she called me up, and they watched me stand there for a half hour. And then I just backpedaled to my friend, and I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Don't." He literally just said, "Just go with it." She said, "Get back over here." So I went over there, and I was like, what am I supposed to do now? She said, "Go to the locker room. I don't want to see you anymore." And I was like, okay. So I went back to the locker room. I never forgot to do my pull-ups, so I have a 0 for that now. I like school. What can I say? It's awesome. So this one time, it was like I was having a party-looking thing for my birthday, so I invited some friends over. One was Ryan, and the other was Josh. Basically, I live on this road, a really rocky road, and like has potholes and everything like that. But we got these like 4-wheeled scooter things, like skateboards, but with like little scooter handle thing. And they're really cool because you like do dips and drifts and stuff with them. And we were using them. We went down the road, and then I live on top of a hill, so this really steep paved road that leads up it. Yeah, and the scooters had no brakes on them. They were just tires, and it was like a skateboard, literally a skateboard with handlebars, so it had no tires. And basically, we went down the road and went to the intersection where the road goes up, the hill goes up, a really steep, pretty steep hill, and it splits off in 3 different areas. So it's like a fork with a hill on that one part, and the hill is perfectly paved, perfectly flat. But we were there, and we were like, so we go down it, and me and Ryan. Well, Ryan didn't really say anything, but I was like, nah, I don't really think that's smart. And then Josh, lo and behold, just goes down it without saying a word. He just gets on it and starts going. 10 feet down the hill. This is like a 30-foot long hill, but like 9 or 10 feet down, he starts swerving. He dips left, dips right, and then he dips left again. He does a barrel roll. The scooter goes flying out from under him, and he just lands on his back, slides he does a little roll, and he slides like a foot or two, and then he just gets up very slowly, grabs the scooter, and just starts walking. He's got up and walked right back to our house. He does the walk of shame. And me and Ryan, we just grabbed our scooters, and we were just like, he's a fucking idiot. And we just watched him walk back. His head was down the entire way. He had cuts on his back and stuff. When we got home, he took off his shirt. It looked like a cat, not a tiger, that would do way too much damage. But it looked like a bunch of cats just scratched right down his back. It was funny. We even thought about lying to my mom, saying, he got attacked by cats, so that we would get in trouble, because it looked that much like cats, like cat claws. So, and the thing is, we have neighbors who have cats, so we thought it'd be a smart idea. But then, when she got home, I was like, he got attacked by cats. And then Josh was like, no, I fell. And basically, my mom was just like, you guys are idiots. And she just looked at him, and she got a wet bag. She's like the smartest person in the world. She got a wet bag, she cleaned it all up, he was fine afterwards. But that's just why he's an idiot, and you just never let him go near any vehicle whatsoever. Be it scooter, be it car, be a goddamn unicycle. Don't let him touch anything with wheels. Alright?
One time we were at recess and I was playing basketball with Luke, right? You were there.
Yeah, we all were.
Yeah. We were all playing basketball because of course we were all dopes. And while we were playing it, the people who played football, two-hand touch, went back and forth where we played. So when you played, you were supposed to watch for them in case they were trying to get a touchdown. And I was just standing there, and I was ready for a pass, because if I moved, I would have gotten to like a bad spot. So that's why I was sitting still. So completely open. All I knew was a pass, and I didn't hear people rushing. And there was another kid about my height. He had the ball running for a touchdown, and for some reason, all he had to do was move around me. Easiest thing, but I guess he was moving so fast he couldn't stop his momentum. So when I turned, me and him hit face to face, smack like that. Both blew back just like Matrix, man. Bop, back in the ground, man. We hit the pavement hard, both of us. Him, he had his adult tooth knocked out, and now he has a fake one, and everyone knows it. And then me, my face, right between that space between your eyebrow and your eye, got sliced open to the bone. And I was gushing everywhere, blood everywhere. And some kid, I think it was Eddie, went and like threw up in the bushes. Like people were flipping out. Alright, anyway. And I rushed, and I'm holding my face, blood gushing everywhere. Went up to the person, one of the teachers at the recess. They said, "What's up?" And I just took my hand from my face, and they immediately stopped talking, rushed me inside. So it was like one of the really tall teachers, right? He took me to the nurse office, and at this time it was the school. It was like lunch break for the nurses, so they were closed. Now I'm sitting here with a gushing face, man. Alright, my face is basically everywhere, and this man is having basically a mental breakdown because I'm gushing everywhere, and you know what are you supposed to do? So he started pounding really hard his fist on that door. I mean, like he almost like broke it down, like it felt like it, and all you hear is like fumbling in the back of the nurse's office and like a fork flying, and the nurse came up and opened the door and saw my face and was like, "Oh my goodness, oh my god, what happened? What happened?" And I was just like, "Lady, no, just stitch me up." And I said, "Stitch me up," and she said, "We ain't got no stitches here, we're not allowed to do that." I was like, "What?" So she got these butterfly bandages, which are like they're like these strips, these white strips, to like close it. And she put it on my face, and my hands were just basically caked in red. And I had to like rinse them off, and then I got taken to the hospital. And I was in the hospital. Now, I've never gotten stitches before this point, so I was really nervous because I've never really been injured or this bad. And they were saying about glue, and I was like, "Oh, glue's okay, right? Maybe it shows a little more, but glue is painless. They just close it a little and they add glue, right?" No, and then the lady came in with this cold patch, put it over my face, right? Then they put a morphine needle on my arm to like dull it, and I was so high. I'm telling you that morphine, I was burping a lot because I guess the fluids were going in, right? And I was like hallucinating and all that, and they had like Tom and Jerry on the TV. And they started stitching, and blood was gushing because they reopened the wound. And they, basically the whole entire time I was just talking to the doctor. I was like, hey, Jerry is getting hurt, alright? I need you to save him. Don't worry about me. Save Jerry. Because I heard Jerry screaming on the top of his lungs on TV, alright? And I wasn't going to stand for this, okay? But eventually, the morphine wore off, so I went down, and they just took all, and the stitches were there for like a week. But in the same time where I had the stitches on that eye, I had a black eye, so my whole face, half of my face was just scraped up, big pulsing black eye, basically messed up. And the other kid, all he got was a fake tooth. So I'm just saying he got away scot-free. And I was just sitting here with a face messed up. So once when I was younger, I was invited in the Bronx to go to a birthday party, and it was at some like bouncy place, right? And at the time, I mean, I'm still short, but at the time I was like mini. I'm talking like not even 4 foot. And so, wait, like mini me is like really mini. Like you don't understand people. And sure, Luke, sure. And I was in this bounce house with the birthday boy because I knew him, and his other friend was there, and he was this chubby kid. He had to have eaten another kid there. Okay, like that fat man, and he was messing with me like hard. Like I know I'm talking about like, oh, just goofing off. I'm talking, pushing me, telling me I'm weak, all this stuff. And when I was a child, I was very angry, very much. So when he started pushing me, I got very angry. Now I may look small, but I was way smarter than this fat kid. So he basically went to push me, but I jumped out of the way, and his momentum was a little off balance. So I tackled him to the ground. I don't know if I hit him or not. I don't think I did. And dang it, he almost got that. I'm sorry. But this guy right there. Sorry, I tried. But he went, and I pinned him to the ground, and I just started choking the heck out of him. I'm talking like hands around fatness, alright? Okay, I was just pinning him with my knees and just choking him. Because I was he was around my height, because we were all small. And I was just choking him. And we're in the middle of a bounce house. There's no way an adult was like coming to the kid's need. And my dad came in out of nowhere and came to the bounce house and like pulled me off. And I tried to go back at him, but he wouldn't let me. And basically, that kid never touched me again, man. 2-minute donuts for that one.
Destruction.